Everybody come and listen to news. Let me hear you say news. Fresh breaking news from DW Africa. Guys, this is there. Legit. DW just today.
Ghanaians have been involved in Nigeria immigration crackdown. In a February 2025 operation, 27 Ghanaians. So in the February 1, 27 Ghanaians were arrested and deported. And in this October 1, the figure is yet to come out. So Nigerians are not complaining. Ghanaians are not saying Nigerians are being xenophobic. They are allowing the immigration to work. But let Ghana and South Africa try the same thing. Then they'll bring out their manipulative and implicative tactics. Oh, we are just doing business. They are jealous of us. They are envy of us. Meanwhile, you are doing your own. You are saying your immigration is working. If somebody wants to do their own, you are saying that they are envy of you.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. These same Nigerians that don't want to be sent out of people's countries are now sending other foreigners in their country out of Nigeria. Hey, there is a saying that said, don't do to others what you don't want others to do to you. So you Nigerians are seeing others in your country as threat, but you don't want other countries, like other people, to see you guys as threat in their country. Meanwhile, you are right in people's country committing crimes. Well, guys, let me allow you watch the video, and at the end of it, please kindly drop your opinion in the comment section. Let's get right into it.
Guys, everybody come and listen to news. Let me hear you say news. Fresh breaking news from DW Africa. Guys, this is there. Legit. DW just today. The Nigeria Immigration Service. Nigeria, and it reads, let me read direct from DW Africa. Nigeria has launched a nationwide crackdown on foreigners who have overstayed their visas following the end of the government amnesty program. Under the new rules, individuals who have overstayed their visas for less than 3 months will incur a fine of $15 for each day they have overstayed, and may face their removal from the country or 2-year entry ban. Those who have overstayed between 3 months and 1 year will face the same fine and threat of removal, along with a 5-year entry ban. And those who have overstayed longer than 1 year will be removed and banned from returning for 10 years, or in some cases permanently. The amnesty, which was in place from July 5th to September 30th, allowed foreigners with expired documents to regularize their status without penalty. So from July 5th to September 30th, they gave foreigners the chance, the amnesty, to regularize their stay in Nigeria. As we speak now, it is over. So they've gone on a nationwide crackdown. If you are in Nigeria and you are a foreigner, you are not a Nigerian, whether being it you are a Ghanaian, you are from Togo, you are from South Africa, you are from Malawi, wherever you are from, if you've overstayed your stay in Nigeria, they are coming for you. They will catch you, they will deport you, they will ban you from coming back into Nigeria, and in some cases, you are going to be fined as well. For each day you've overstayed in Nigeria, you will be fined $15. Nigeria, immigration, Nigeria. ECOWAS. We are. There's no foreigner. Nobody, no black man is a foreigner. Another foreigner, another black man. Xenophobia.
First of all, wonders they say will never ever end. Now look at this. This is from DW Africa. Nigeria begins nationwide crackdown on visa overstayers. It means if you are a foreigner and you have overstayed your visa in Nigeria, immigration is not coming after you. So if you overstay for like 3 months, for that 3 months, you pay $15 per day, and you multiply with the times of days you overstayed. And as you can see on your screen, Nigeria has launched a nationwide crackdown on foreigners who have overstayed their visas. You can pause it and read it. And whilst all this is going on, my brothers and sisters, I've never seen any of the affected people taking up their phones and saying that Nigeria is jealous of us, Nigeria is envy of us. They know that the immigration is working, and they know that they flouted the laws. So they are allowing the Nigerian immigration to work in peace without any problem. Even in Ogun State, recently, they went after 367 illegal immigrants. They did not classify it, but everybody is inclusive. Now look at this. Ghanaians have been involved in Nigeria immigration crackdown. In a February 2025 operation, 27 Ghanaians. So in the February 1, 27 Ghanaians were arrested and deported. And in this October 1, the figure is yet to come out. So Nigerians are not complaining. Ghanaians are not saying Nigerians are being xenophobic. They are allowing the immigration to work. But let Ghana and South Africa try the same thing. Then they'll bring out their manipulative and implicative tactics. Oh, we are just doing business. They are jealous of us. They are envy of us. Blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, you are doing your own. You are saying your immigration is working. If somebody wants to do their own, you are saying that they are envy of you. So Nigerian immigration, do your job. Sack anybody that have overstayed their visa. And I'm waiting for that barrister guy. I'm waiting for him. Perhaps he has not seen this one. Yes, he has not seen that Nigerian immigration is cracking down and bringing and deporting everybody. Perhaps he has not seen it. Let the Ghanaian immigration try to work. Let Ghanaian immigration try to, sack everybody. Let the GRPC law try to be effective. And then let somebody come and talk nonsense, saying that blah, 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 blah. So Nigerian immigration is good. Do your work. So if Ghanaian immigration also starts doing their work, let nobody bring their manipulative self here by saying Ghana is xenophobic. And perhaps I hope a black white seeing that everybody is doing their job. So if Ghana immigration wants to do their job, a black white should not come and be talking about jollof rice. It's very simple.
Well, I'm very excited that people are now reacting to what you guys are doing too in your country. This one goes to Nigerian government. As they then tell when I say, men una come see wetin your people they do for Ghana. I don't know say una no want bad beans in your country now. So you guys want to send people away. You want to send those people that don't have papers. You know that their papers expired and they are still in Nigeria. Have you asked Ghanaians if people they want to send out of their countries are the ones with papers or without papers? You and I know, say, Ghanaians will never send Nigerians with papers. I mean, with resident permits and also foreigners' ID out of Ghana. They will never do that. But you guys escalated the issue. You started saying trash to Ghanaians. So now, when they carry eyes, they see for yourself. When the guys they see for yourself waiting they happen for your country too. It is say Ghanaians no know waiting they do abi. Okay, first to do, no they pain. Now action will take place. So at least when I go allow Ghanaians do waiting they supposed do. Make I not see any Nigerian open him mouth say pim again. When they do, Ghana too they do.
I'm beginning to think Ehinutu is an imposter. I'm beginning to think he is not a Nigerian. I'm beginning to think that he deliberately wants to hide behind a group of people, try to identify as one of them only to tarnish their image, rather because maybe he speaks their language. And as a result of the fact that as it stands now currently, allegedly, history has it now that the Igbo community doesn't have a collective empire, that empire geographically and that one, king. They don't. As a result of this scattered nature of the monarchy, or as a result of the disorganized monarch system as it stands now, I stand corrected. It is very easy for anybody to pretend to be an Igbo when he is not an Igbo, just because he speaks the Igbo language and brings so much problem and trouble to the Igbo people. I'm only thinking aloud because I don't want to make a mistake. Do you know when you make a mistake? When you do not think critically about what you are to do because of what you have heard. All right. Decision making comes from thinking, and whenever you are done thinking, you are going to act. Okay. Now, if your thought was misguided, your decision will be mistaken and your actions will be wrong. So let us consider that as well, because there is always that ability to misinterpret a good person for a bad person, sometimes a bad person for a good person, and at a point to misidentify and misposition the bad person. He is bad, but you confuse him as one coming from left to right, but maybe he is bad. But until you realize he is actually coming from right to left, you will not really know the intensity of his bad, and you will not be able to deduce, predict, or suggest accurately or approximately the result of his actions today. So let us try to see where that gentleman comes from, because I am thinking that it is just one individual who has got up and found holes, ways, opportunities to identify himself as such and cause mayhem, get us confused, trying to get Nigeria out as he personally gets his personal gains done. That might be the end result. For all you know, you get the people to think the farm is bang, they lead the farm, then you come and do what? You loot and that. So for all you know, he might be in collaboration personally with the government. This is possible. Him alone, not Igbos, not Nigerians. I want you to think about what I'm telling you, because that is a possibility. Maybe we are all behind Nigeria and it might be a mistake. Why? Because let me teach you this kind of logic. Whenever you feel your honor is challenged, your ego compels you to defend and justify your identity. And so if a Nigerian is watching and he sees all of a sudden a group of people have gathered and they are speaking and there are so many contents in Ghana channeled against Nigeria, you understand? Definitely, like I said, The moment the identity of somebody is challenged or defiled, his ego will compel him to justify himself. So he will start insulting you too, instinctively, because he feels insulted. So that is also another side. So if you are basing on the fact that Nigerians also say, so we say, then I understand, but that can be no justification. No justification to why we cannot focus and center this issue on Jude Egyenetu specifically. I just want us to be careful. As I say, you are pioneer said I did that and he parted the paper. Maybe our it's one to me who send ya nyana onion, send your doors to cockatoo on and name pempers. The moment the true identity of somebody is missing, believe you me, his true intentions remain missing. So please, the whole Nigeria issue must narrow down to Egyenetu. If you have been here for nearly 30 years, and as you stand, you are barely 60 years. That means you have been here within your early 30s. That means something. You cannot be standing for Igbo when you have been in Ghana for nearly 30 years. Have an agenda in view of distracting the people from seeing what your real intentions are as they dent Igbo black, and then they want to speak bad about Nigeria, causing some agitation between Nigeria and Ghana. To all this confusion between Ghana and Nigeria, I am sure that this gentleman is really making money from it. He is really gaining from it, and that is what he wanted. We know how that psychology works. Divide and rule. So let's be smart.
Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. Do also like, subscribe to the channel, share this video to as many as out there. I believe they'll watch and learn from it. I love you guys always. Bye bye.